Gamani G of Arcard Gale, and welcome here to the Athletic Grounds Armagh for what is a truly historic MacRory Cup game. That's between St Pat's of Armagh and St Macartan's of Monaghan, a fixture which launched MacRory football all of 100 years ago. I'm joined in studio by Sean Casey from the Ballymacnab Club here in Armagh. Sean, your thoughts on this particularly interesting schools match?
Yeah, Paddy, I'm delighted to be here. First and foremost, to commentate on this game. It's such a historic fixture of an iconic competition. The MacRory Cup is probably the goal and the dream of every school child, but very few colleges actually get to compete in it, never mind win it. So 100 years, this ceremony, it's great to be here, and I'm really looking forward to what should be a good game.
And both teams, while having an eye on the history, they're going to be very interested in the points available here this evening, because remember, this is a competitive game.
Yeah, that's the main thing. We're probably talking about the history and the 100 years anniversary, but for both teams, for St Pat's Armagh and St Macartan's Monaghan, it's winning this game. It's getting the 2 points on board, and getting their first win in the MacRory Cup this year. Obviously last week's round one games didn't go the way of St Pat's Armagh or St Macartan, so getting up and running, getting 2 points on the board, and getting up at the group stages with a win is the main thing for both sides tonight.
Yeah, and both teams have quite a strong deputation of players with inter-county experience at minor level, and some of them at club level playing senior football.
Yeah, I think it's interesting actually, looking at the two line-outs, Paddy. Wayne, part of the Monaghan minor team this year that got the Ulster final and All-Ireland final and beat by Darien both, but both of them were here in the athletic grounds. So a few of the players on the St Macartan's team used to playing here, have played here a couple of times this year. Not so good memories, so they'll be hoping to change that tonight. While Armagh, obviously, there's a good few of them would be used to playing here with Armagh minor games and stuff like that too. So in terms of home advantage, I'm not really sure it's an advantage for Armagh tonight.
Yeah, and they would have played against each other, of course, in League and Championship earlier in the year in the well. Ultimately, Monaghan putting Armagh out of the Ulster Championship up in Castleblaney.
Yeah, I think me and you were on that day as well.
That's right, I remember that, yeah.
Yeah, it was actually a really good game. Monaghan raced into a good lead, and then I think Darren he really stood out anytime I seen him playing for the minors, particularly we're talking about the championship game. The league game up in Blaney won, I think it was one Wednesday night, a wet and cold Wednesday night, but I seen Tommy Mullen that night, and he was just somebody that stood out for me, and right throughout the championship, obviously getting on the Electric Ireland minor team of the year too as well. So he's somebody I'm really looking forward to getting seeing tonight. I think he played centre half back for Monaghan,
right, yeah.
But he's playing centre half forward today, so that just shows how versatile he is.
Yeah, Tommy probably has got that ability and the skill and just the little knacks and the knowledge to play in either position. Both teams, as you mentioned, they're a game down coming into this game here, and both will have dreams in this historic year of going much, much further in the competition. Large, particularly coming of their deputation, bringing All-Ireland honours back to Derry.
Yeah, Macartan, they're always a stronghold in the MacRory Cup, really. I think they're the second in the Roll of Honour, just after St Coleman's. So Macartan, they're the top dogs in this group. There's no doubt about that, and that's a big thing for St Pat's Armagh tonight after losing Derby CBS last week. They have Macartan now coming up in round 3, so it would be hugely important to get a win tonight just to get up and running, because having to play Macartan next week, there's nothing guaranteed when you play them, because they're usually very strong.
Yeah, and if you're just joining us, you'll notice that presumably going back that 100 years strip that the Monaghan guys are bringing out onto the field this evening. It's also special for the players here that they're going to be greeted by none less than Larry McCarthy, Uchtron CLG, August Chaka Giardwaka.
Yeah, again, that just highlights I suppose the importance and the significance of tonight and this competition. And as we said before, Paddy, the players and the managers, they're just thinking of getting 2 points on the board and getting a win tonight. But there is a almost like a ceremony feel tonight, as you say, meeting the GA president, getting to do that before the match even starts. There's a big build up to this game, so there's going to be nerves, there's going to be everything for the players. They're only young fellas, 16, 17, 18 years of age, so doing something like that sort of it illustrates how big of a night this is. So I'm sure they're all going to be nervous but excited as well to get going.
And of course, both teams strong links to their counties and to GA. I noticed that St. Macartans will have the chairman of their board of management over there, who's none other than previous principal and well-known GA man Pádraig Duffy, and Principal David McCaig, who has managed Scottstown to this year's Monaghan Championship.
Yeah, big GA connection and a big Armagh GA connection too in St. Macartans. I know Rory Grugan, an own club man of mine.
Yeah, he's the spy in the camp, isn't he?
He is. he's the teacher in St. Macartans, and also Armagh GA's PRO, Finbar Burns, a nephew of the next president of the GA, Jarlath Burns. He's a teacher in St. Macartans as well. So there's a lot of ties, GA ties to both schools, and as you said, the likes of David McCaig there having an influence. He obviously has a big part to play in Monaghan, having been in the management team a couple of years ago, on the minor management team, under 20 management team, and now in with Scottstown as well. So big GA stronghold in Monaghan and St. Macartans, and they'll be hoping to do something this year to mark that.
The referee for today's game is Paul Falloon from Down. He has got all those eyes that we mentioned on him throughout today. But for anybody just joining us, this is the MacRory Cup, a second round game between St. Macartan's College from Monaghan, St. Patrick's College from Armagh. A historic occasion because it's 100 years ago since the first MacRory Cup was played, and indeed that game was played between these two schools, and such is the depth of their involvement in the GA. Interestingly, the whole concept of MacRory Cup originally came, I think, from a soccer background right up until post 1916 and the independence, and these two schools used to knock around from the early 1900s playing soccer against each other.
That's a good one, Paddy. I didn't actually realise that, and probably Armagh, it's the home of the penalty kick, which is maybe a bit of soccer ties to Armagh as well, so maybe it's fitting that this game is taking place in Armagh tonight.
Well, Sean has said it, the home of the penalty kick. Indeed, the penalty kicks even won an Ulster score competition for Armagh this year. Such was the hilarity brought out in that particular recitation.
Yeah, it's penalties. It's a touchy subject in Armagh now after the last couple of years. Paddy, Armagh haven't had much success in against Galway last year, and then Derry and Monaghan this year losing out in penalty kicks. So while it's the home of the penalty kick, it hasn't been much help to Armagh in recent years.
Yeah. Of course, the sponsor for this competition here is Danske Bank, and both teams now just lining up to meet Orkdron CLG. They're very young lads. I'm wondering, will this whole bit of extra ceremony and occasion, will it give a little bit extra butterflies to them in the run up to the match here?
Yeah, you'd have to imagine so, Paddy, and again sort of referencing the Monaghan lads that played in the Ulster and All-Ireland finals this year. They're maybe, I wouldn't say used to it, I'm not sure you could get used to it if you were that age, but they've done it before, they've had these big games before, so they have that experience. Armagh, on the other hand, they probably haven't got that sort of experience of big games and big occasions and big ceremonies like this, so in terms of if that's an advantage or not, I would say Monaghan probably just edge it in that regard, having given their experience throughout the year.
Yeah, because in all of these games here, the first 10 minutes are crucial. The level of concentration they're going to bring, and when all this is over, you're going to see which team is going to come out of the traps, maybe get 2 or 3 points to the good, and can they get a foothold in the game early on?
Yeah, I've no doubt once this is over with the GA president, the two teams will go back into their huddles, maybe do a last 2 or 3 minute warm up to shake out any nerves, and both management teams will be addressing that this is a game, there's a competitive game to be played here, there's 2 points on the board for the winner, so while this is all great for the occasion and for the young boys experiencing it, once they go back into their team huddles, there's a job to do, and that will be the main focus.
And of course, every time we come here, Sean, and sit in this commentary, there's usually a debate around is there scoring goals in the athletic grounds. I want the home team thoughts around that one.
Yeah, there probably is. I'm not sure if there's any scientific background to it or not, but I know as players playing in the athletic grounds, usually going down the hill.
Down towards the town end, yeah.
The town end usually feels like the scoring end. It feels like you're going down the hill, so that's usually the scoring end and the goal end, but there's been plenty of games won where the opposition's shooting the other way, so I'm not sure if it's true or not, Paddy, but that's definitely how it feels when you're on the field.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're just over at you catching it on camera, probably the formal introduction of Uachtaráin CLG, Larry McCarthy, of course the first New York delegate to become Uachtaráin of the association. Again, coming from an educational background himself, has shown, I suppose, a passion for young people and education in the game, and coming towards the twilight of his presidency, I'm sure Armagh people are looking forward to the rising of Jarlath Burns into that role.
Yeah, Jarlath obviously is a stalwart in Armagh, having captained Armagh to the Ulster title in 1999, the first time in 17 years, but just as a club man and a county man, Jarlath is always seen around the athletic grounds, whether it's stewarding or helping out. That's down through the years, even before he ran for the presidency.
Absolutely,
so, yeah. Jarlath going in is a great honour for Armagh to have another president. I think Alf Murray was the last one from Armagh, so we're all looking forward to Jarlath getting in and seeing. He has a few tough tasks ahead, no doubt, with the whole conversation about rule changes and everything else. So it's not going to be easy for him, but it'll be exciting now from an Armagh perspective, seeing him in the hot seat.
And I suppose the eyes of Ulster is going to be watching this evening when you mention the rules change as to just exactly what style of play these players of the future are going to bring to this game here. Are they going to signal anything different, or will they sort of take the lead from senior teams and being more cautious?
Yeah, it's really hard to know, Paddy. Having not seen either team play in the first round, it's hard to comment on that. But it just seems that every team seems to be playing the same system. There's one or two that stay up front, and everybody else is back working hard, trying to get a turnover, and then they'll break, and everybody goes forward together. Sort of the Derry style of play has really taken over in the sense that everybody's a defender when you're out of the ball, and everybody's a forward when you have the ball, including the keeper sometimes, depending on the teams. So it'll be interesting to see style of plays and matchups and everything here, Paddy. Young fellas, maybe they're a wee bit more, I'm not sure if naive's the right term, but it's more freedom with the young fellas, that it's maybe easier to let them go and let them play a bit of football instead of restricting them to different defensive tactics and that. So I'm hoping that both teams sort of come out and go for this game, and we'll have a good entertaining matchup.
Yeah, teams starting to emerge to take up the positions here. I suppose the other interesting thing would be St. Macartan. You mentioned they may have experience playing here, but maybe considering a bit of a hoodoo grounds at the same time. This is where they lost a Runafast Cup final just a number of months ago, and again we'll be hoping to sort of signal that they can kick on from that.
Yeah, experience doesn't always point towards good experience, Paddy, I suppose. So yeah, St. Macartans would have been disappointed to have lost that one, and coming here, another chance just sort of get rid of them demons and a few of them Monaghan boys as well. A chance just to get rid of those sort of bad experiences this year and put it all behind them and try to get a win in athletic grounds.
Okay, we haven't been advised of any changes as such, so we're going to start maybe just taking a look at the teams and how they're going to line out, and we're going to start with the St. Pat's Armagh to our left as they come to you there. And in goals for St. Pat's Armagh is Ronan Bradley. The full back line is Paul Hendren, Egan O'Connor and Daniel Cullen. Then the half back line, number 5 is Sean Kelly, 6 Dara Gillen and 7 is Tiernan MacDonald. Larna Parker to Sean Horsfield, August Oren Callahan. Half forward line then of John Joe Hughes, Pádraig O'Keefe and Turlough Muldoon. And finally a full forward line, Caleb Hughes, Dara McCluskey and Ryan Nugent. And then we look to the St. Macartans boys. And starting in goals for St. Macartan's is Shane Clerkin. Then we have Mark McCaffrey, Johnny Wright and Conal Gallagher. Half back line of Max Maguire, Caelan Tracy and Henry Kelly. Lorna Parker to Johnny McCahey and Andrew Stewart. Tom Doherty wears 10, Tommy Mallon, David Duffy make up the half forward line. Killian Kearns, Owen O'Hanlon and finally Sean Oak McElwain is the final top of the left for the 17.
You're really looking forward to this one, Paddy, because I think there's a good few forwards on the field for both sides. The likes of Sean Oak McElwain and Tommy Duffy that are brilliant at one end, and then Darren McCluskey and Callum Hughes are real score getters.
Well, the formalities well and truly over. Referee Paul Muldoon is positioning himself for the start of the game. Macartan's boys, final quick roundup. Good experience, mind you, in the managerial teams here, Sean, on both sides.
Yeah, Mark Coonahan, a really experienced head in Monaghan GA circles. I think he was over Donkmore and Tyrone this year, but a former Monaghan minor manager in years gone by. And then on the Armagh side, you've the likes of John Devine in there, obviously a 3-time All-Ireland winner with Tyrone. And I've seen Matty McGleenan knocking about there too. I'm not sure if he's involved in the management team, but he's a teacher in the school, so I'm sure he has some input or some involvement.
Matty not far away. And Macartan staying in the huddle here. Just allowing a few seconds to pass before they do the matchups. Was it accidental? Was it tactical?
I see just immediately there's a few positional changes as Park O'Keefe and I think Ryan Nugent have gone to the middle of the field for Armagh, and then into the forward line. Two midfielders seem to be in the half forward line, Nathan Horsfield and Oren Callahan, so going to be a lot of positional switches it looks like.
Yeah, Andrew Stewart also in the midfield from on in there. Played county minor all year. The ball's thrown up and there's punching and rucking to be done here. The ball's gone down and Tom Doherty's the first man on the ball. And Tom comes out with the ball there, sent it cross field where he finds Conal Gallagher. Tom can be a playmaker from the Howard Club. Again, sort of a casual approach. Their map boys just setting back a bit deeper. Ball breaking across here to Max Maguire. Macartan's given a bit of touch time to a number of players here at the very first minute of the game. Also probably trying to probe to see where any gap might be in the St. Pat's Armagh defence, but right now it's a matter of probing, seeing what's going on. Maguire injects urgency to the whole thing, but then just turns it back again. But they are making ground. Sean Oak McElwain, he'll have a go from anywhere, but not just from there. Going further and further away from the goals. Ball nicely brought into the corner here. Macartan set up the first scoring opportunity of the game. The ball is going to be a fist pass here. It's dangerous territory here, and the ball is kicked, but there's a wee touch on it there, and it goes to the left and wide.
I think it's a 45.
45, the wee touch there, yeah, absolutely, and a 45. So St. Pat's just haven't got their hands on the ball yet.
Yeah, St. Pat's intentions straight away, fairly obvious there. Right back. I think that the left, maybe Tiernan McDonald, the number 7, I think he's actually in full forward. And Darren McCluskey were sort of the two players left up top, and everybody was back Ryan Nugent straight in as a sweeper, so their intentions were fairly obvious right from the start there.
Yeah, and it's number 25, Ethan Ballantyne, who has joined the Monaghan fray. A late call up to the same team. Ethan with the kick, and he kicks it. Got the distance, but to again our clay, because our 4 real, we don't have a score, but St. Pat's Armagh now just keen to get their hands on the ball and get moving up the field.
Yeah, that's the main thing here, Paddy, just to get the ball. There's 2 minutes gone and Spotsman hasn't touched the ball yet, so they'll be eager to get possession.
The kick out was a lovely kick out there, broke it down into the middle of the field, and there's a ruck to say the least, but it was a lovely kick out there coming from Ronan Bradley. The numbers on the Armagh jerseys, they're hard to see, Sean, aren't they?
Yeah, they're gold on a black and white jersey.
White.
It's not ideal. Paddy, usually their jerseys are red and green, which is much easier to make out, but we'll have to make do with the retro jerseys tonight.
Callahan got across to John Joe Hughes, and back the ball comes across field again, and this time it's their turn. Notice an inclusion. Number 19 is Donica McGowan on the Armagh team. Ball set beautifully in towards the corner here. John Joe Hughes with the ball. It just the feet just got the better of him there, and he probably had his eye on the goal and his feet at the ball on the feet.
Yeah, I think he was a wee bit excited there, Paddy, that he seen the bit of space in behind the defence, and maybe he was thinking a goal chance, but just the chance goes a begging. But good signs from Armagh there. They won a good kick out and moved the ball up the field.
Yeah, Henry Kelly it was there who sent the ball in. Coming towards Tommy Mallon, Tommy's first involvement in the game. Tommy never go from anywhere. Tashi charts the but Tashi Duller Clay just took off the post and to the left and wide. Tommy's a dangerous lad when he gets an opportunity. Yeah,
he was sort of the one player that I'd mentioned pre-match that I was really excited to see. I've seen him twice live playing against Armagh in the league and the championship for the minors, and I've seen him a couple of times in their run to the line. He's a really special talent.
Yeah, Macartan's men plenty under the breaking ball. They've done this a couple of times already in the game, and it was McCahey there who brought the ball out, but the ball turned over by Armagh and sent in. Beautiful ball, but leaving I suppose a lot of work to do, far too much work to do there for Ryan Nugent to be able to get on the ball.
Yeah, too wide of a pass that time, but good intentions from Armagh. Nice to see them. They're playing sort of an isolated forward there, but they're willing to kick the ball into him, and it just didn't pay off that time.
So the Macartan boys setting up another attack, a little bit more urgency all the time coming into the play here. David Duffy now at the ball. Duffy back outside him to Tommy Mallon. Tommy's going to be everywhere as the evening goes on across to Ballantyne. He's looking for a long ball. He's going to send one in. This is a ripper going in onto the square. The goalkeeper came. She shouldn't go holding her fan. Over the gap, Jetta, Shin, Egmont and Bradley, and that's exactly what you want to see from your goalkeeper early in the game.
That was brilliant. My eyes were widening there, Paddy, because I seen him moving and I was just thinking, stay where you are, keeper. There's the full back there to deal with that. But he come out and it was an inch perfect catch. Beautiful stuff from Bradley, and he's been involved a lot in this first couple of minutes, and you can see he's trying to get out the field to get involved as well. Yeah,
even with the clips of this year's MacRory Cup to show, and I'm sure that little sequence from Bradley will be there to be seen because of it. Another long ball. This is exactly what we came to see. Hammered in there. Ball broken down, and again it's the same boys who got onto it. A lovely little flick, and a flick again, and it's Max Maguire who's doing the running for Tommy Mallon there. The ball's brought up, but they can't still get into that scoring position that they so much crave. They're still far out, and I suppose St. Pat's Armagh, just their zone defence is working really well and pushing the Sem back out again. Maguire is impatient. He's trying to get through all of the time. Probably more ball time so far in this game than anybody else. Across to Stewart. And again, the interplay is coming again. There's going to be a scoring opportunity. No, there's not. Goes back out the field again. Tommy Mallon. Tommy was tempted to have a go. He breaks it to Tom Doherty. Doherty turns. He's going inside. Back again with Tommy. 4 players around the edge of the 45 there, keeping them marshalling on. McCarthy's come through and the ball is set, and that's the first score of the game. Just can we see the number of the scorer there? I didn't quite catch it.
Really good point that time, Paddy. I'm just waiting for him to turn around as well.
I think it was Sean McElwain, I think is the number 15 was the scorer there.
Yeah, super score, and just onto his trusty left boot. There was bodies on him and bodies trying to get on his foot, but a great score.
Sean Oak, one of quite a strong Scottstown deputation here on the field. Duffy, Tommy Mallon. Tommy just takes his time all the time with the ball there. He's so comfortable on the ball. And again, this is the frustration for St. Pat's Armagh. They really need to get ball time and to get settled into the game. As the Sam comes forward again for the ball, with the ball rather. Andrew Stewart, the MEBN man, patient. And patience is the order of the day here. As it comes across to Jamie McKay. To Tommy Mallon. Mallon dinking inside, looking for the return. Not quite getting it.
Just interesting to note here, Paddy, the forward line for St. Macartan's, the full forward line, is sitting really deep, and there's big spaces opening up in front of them if maybe one of the players can find them with a pop pass.
Oh, that's exactly what's happening right now, but fouled as they did so. That could create another scoring opportunity. Sean, you saw that one coming.
Yeah, I see they're sitting quite deep, the full forward line for St. Macartan's, and the Spots Armagh boys are following them, their markers are following them, but the sweeper or the few extra men, they're pushing out there nearly round the edge of the D, so there is a bit of space in there if St. Macartan's can move the ball fast into the full forward line.
Yeah, and Sean Hoke again, second point of the game, and we spoke at the beginning of the game. This is exactly what both teams are trying to do, get a little foothold, make a mark in the game, start to create a wee bit of dominance. It's the Sem boys that are off the mark first in that respect.
There's no doubt St. Macartan's have started the brighter of the two teams here. They're 2 points on the board, 4 shots already, and the majority of the possession 2, so they'll be the happier of the two teams with the first couple of minutes here.
Yeah, just so difficult for Pats when they haven't had possession. Here they come forward now. What a difference a score would make for them. Nice ball put in again. The running man through. Scoring goal opportunity. Goal! Oh, knock on to Shinka Hawley. That settles the nerves from the point of view of St. Pat's Armagh. They go ahead, and what a fantastic piece of work that was. And the goal in the end coming from Turlock Muldoon.
What a goal, Paddy. That was a super score. You'll do well to see a better goal than that this year. Just the fast hands, the way they moved the ball there. It was McCluskey, I think, that played through Daniel Cullen, and then he sent it through to Muldoon. Really exciting stuff from Armagh, a super goal. Yeah,
and now we have a game on here. The Sem, if they were in any way confident after the first 5 minutes or so, that's rocked by the fact that not just the goal, but the fact that maybe St. Pat's were able to get through so easily and take that score.
Yeah, that's going to be a concern. We're talking about Armagh's defensive system and their sweepers getting back. Armagh just cut some St. Macartan's through that time really easily, so that'll be a major concern for the Monaghan men.
Yeah, if you're just joining us here, it's you can see the hits coming in now from the Pats guys. They know that their tails are up. There's flares going on behind us. There's all kinds in the stand. Celebration from Caelan Tracy breaks through to Ballantyne. Ballantyne as Tom and Jerko score. Lovely score there made by Caelan Tracy. The Gael through a man sent it across to Ballantyne, and he sends the ball over the bar. Yeah,
it's important that they got the next score, I think, Paddy, in terms of the St. Macartan's viewpoint, because it just levels things up again. And Ballantyne, he's got a really good first couple of minutes here, first 10 minutes here. He's been involved a lot, and although he missed that first 45, that'll do him the world of good getting that point.
Yeah. St. Pat's in danger of running into trouble here. They're certainly going backwards with the ball. They're getting into more and more trouble, but the ball's going to be cleared here now as it breaks forward to Pádraig O'Keefe. O'Keefe's still in trouble here, and referee noticed a little tug on the back of the jersey.
I think the pass to O'Keefe just left him with a lot to do. There was a man right beside him. I think it was Andrew Stewart was right in his shoulder, so O'Keefe done well to win a free out of that one, and he's going to be a main man here for St. Pat's Armagh, a good underage talent in MacRory. Pádraig O'Keefe, there's a lot of excitement about him coming through, so he's going to be a key man tonight.
Yeah, St. Pat's now moving forward again. It's running Nathan Horsfield rather. Ball broken in. Nugent is under it in the corner there, sends it back across. and they just revert back out again here because it was tight there. Derek Gillen sends the ball across, and the goalkeeper's way out of position here. He's returning at speed to base camp, and this time it's the Macartan's boys using the hands to go a little bit more direct. I suppose they've seen what Armagh can do when direct play is employed here. Henry Kelly turns nicely, very comfortable on the ball, and all across to Jim McCahey, and McCahey now just slowing things down a little bit. Semboy's coming from deeper down, and they're leaving it this time for Andrew Stewart to start making the play again. Again, that pot shot was Sean spoke about being sent in. Armagh more than ready for that one there, and I think it was Daniel Cullen who was under that.
Yeah, ever since I mentioned that, they must have heard me, Paddy, because they've got him on just sort of sweeping in that area now. They've cut out that space, so maybe that wee pop pass just isn't going to be available for St. Macartan's. And
I'm wondering as well, is the confidence displayed by Ronan Bradley dissuading them from putting more high balls back into the edge of the square?
Yeah, definitely. That could be an area. Bradley, he plucked that last one out of the sky, and he's going to send one in here now as well.
And the ball is well won, the turn and the kick just not going to be good enough, and Shane Clarkin taking the ball. Shane Clarkin is goalkeeper with Gil Truha. His uncle Noel has a MacRory Cup All-Stars award from way back in the early 90s. Tom Doherty. Doherty is flying down the field, but needs to bring the ball with him. Bit of fortuitous luck there. Brings the ball back in for Macartan's. And yeah, the move infield was just the slightest of touches again there on the back of David Duffy.
Yeah, there was a definite pull jersey. Duffy was just getting away from Gribben that time on sort of a last resort sort of thing, foul or maybe give away a possible goal chance. So he possibly done the right thing just to stop the possible goal chance and give away a free here that Malin is likely going to put over the bar.
Well, it was Sean O'McElwain from the other side earlier, and anybody just joining us here, it's a goal placed 3 points. That goal coming from an absolutely fantastic goal finished by Turlough Muldoon, but Macartan's with points, a brace from Sean O'McElwain, and then we have Ballantyne, and now we have this effort here from Tommy Mallon, and Mallon is dropping just over the black box, and Richard Neil McCartan put your Contussi.
Yeah, just an easy point for Malin, and that just gets him up and running in terms of the scoreboard. He's been involved a lot, but just getting an easy free, I suppose, for a free taker to get them up and running, that's always the important thing.
Yeah, the game in terms of confidence levels ebbing and flowing. You can see a little bit of mojo back in Macartan, so well and truly rocked by the goal. It took a few minutes, but you can see now that sense of urgency and confidence back as they edge ever so slightly ahead.
Yeah, and they looks like they're maybe going to have a go at this. Sean McElwain, it's a good bit out, but you talked about confidence, Paddy. If he can have a go from here and maybe land a point from here, that'll do them the world of good in terms of confidence.
Sean O'McElwain, Craig Slata Mac Tashik Titcham, Jirok Harad Trasnon. Oh, Faker should have reached. Wasn't that an absolutely wonderful score coming from the left boot of none other than Sean O'McElwain?
What a huge score, Paddy. And I suppose if a senior player was kicking frees from outside the 45, you would be giving them a lot of credit. But for a young minor to be doing it, it just shows the talent that we're witnessing coming from St. Macartan's this evening.
Yeah, I think McElwain excels on this ground here. He had an absolutely wonderful Ulster final against Derry, a drawing game that went to penalties, and was probably the Monaghan star of the show on that particular day. And this time, referee Paul Muldoon bringing the play back for an earlier foul, not that more recent little dunt that came in there on Pádraig O'Keefe.
And you can see the Armagh setup here as well, Paddy. They're just, while they're on the ball and they're attacking, they're just having an eye on their defensive shape as well. There's 3 extra men back as well as the goalkeeper just out in front of the St. Macartan's full forward line, but they're on possession there and they're going to have a go.
They're going to have a go, is right, and Shane Clark, and the ball bounces off his chest, takes it and gets it back out. There's going to be men to spare here to comfortably bring the ball back out and set up the attack again. And you can see the tactics of the Monaghan management team is to get from defence to attack as quick as humanly possible. That pot ball we talked about is back in on the full forward line, turned by McElwain. He was just not on his trusted left boot at that particular point. Tommy Mallon holding back to set up the opportunity. Doherty comes round with it and sends it then ultimately back across to Max Maguire. Macartan's just bringing the ball back in.
Everybody back here, and apart from one player from an Armagh perspective.
Ultimately it worked because Caelan Tracy was drawn into the trouble, and just the passing needs to be a little bit more crisp there. Egan O'Connor bringing the ball out. There's one target man up here all evening. It's full forward here, Darragh McCluskey. Monaghan just looked a bit more vulnerable. Ball's taken, shot taken, and Shane Haran Trasnon, and that'll do the world of good once again to the Armagh boys.
Yeah, I think it was Sean Kelly that time.
It was Sean Kelly, number 5, running from deep.
Got the score, but I think McCluskey deserves a lot of credit there because there was a lot of space, and as a forward's instinct was probably to go to the goal, but switched the play really well and created the scoring chance for Kelly.
Yeah, wonderful to see both teams press the ball to get into their full forward line, and on that occasion it was a bit too adventurous from the St. Macartan's boys. Ronan Bradley's going to snuff that out and set up the next attack, and such an entertaining game of football as this is. Kenny across Turlock Muldoon. Well, he has smelt blood already in this game here. He's keen for more. Muldoon still looking for that ball. He's still moving goalwards, but the ball just not coming at the same pace, and back it comes, and St. Pat's will set up again once more. Ball brought back across field where Oren Callahan taking it forward. Back out it comes. Just waiting for that opportunity. Darragh McCluskey now just moving out a little bit, creating a hole there. Bradley joins the fray.
And just off screen, I think it's Andrew Stewart has just stood himself just on the edge of the D, just in behind the D, and he's the sweeper in the St. Macartan lineup, so it's hard for Armagh to kick this ball in or to get any sort of meaningful movement in that full forward line.
That's probably one of the reasons why McCluskey maybe is just moving out a little bit to fish for what's available. The kick is coming, however. If that goes over the bar, just it wasn't in the end, but it was an absolutely terrific effort.
It's in his locker, Paddy too. Park O'Keefe, I sort of mentioned him earlier on. I think he's only 18 years of age, and he was up playing senior football for MacRory this year, played in the senior championship. He chipped in a point against Ballymacnabb in the round robin stages, so it's well within his range, but just drifted wide at the time.
Yeah, O'Keefe, and you can see that Macartans have their homework done. They were trying to keep as far from goal as possible with the ball in possession, ultimately maybe paying off. He was very adventurous. The shot he took on, Valentine breaks the ball across here to Tommy Mallon. Tommy Mallon takes the kick. That's what Tommy Mallon does. He just sends the ball over so nonchalantly, and he sends Macartans back into a 2-point advantage.
He spoke about St. Macartan's having their homework done, Paddy, on the likes of O'Keefe. I'm actually disappointed St. Pat's don't seem to have their homework done, because they're not picking up Tommy Mallon, and as I'd mentioned pre-match, he was the one player that sort of stood out off the team sheet, and they don't seem to be really picking him up. It's whoever's closest to him gets him, and at that time, for his last point there was nobody close to him.
Yeah, John Joe Hughes, point well made by Sean here. The ball's breaking across the centre half back, takes the kick. Agus a reach change for real, and Darren Gillen will be a wee bit disappointed there.
Yeah, that was a good scoring chance, and again, Armagh done really well to break down the sort of St. Macartan's defence. They're getting through the middle when they move the ball at pace like that, so they'd have been disappointed that they didn't get another point on the mark there. They're still 2 down.
So it's Conal Gallagher here. The ball played into trouble there. It was a difficult enough one there for Jimmy McCahey to deal with. Speed coming through here by the St. Boys is really impressive. Back it comes across, and Tommy Mallon picks it up. Mallon back out and across field where he'd find his clubmate Sean McElwain. all the defenders in Armagh in place, the systems in place. It has held up reasonably well so far. Caelan Tracy bringing it in. Andrew Stewart now. But again, the Armagh defence holding strong. Malin will be looking for this ultimately. Perhaps Tom Doherty. Doherty was onside, but back it goes to Max McGuire. Max trying to draw the Armagh boys out just a little bit further. Eventually the ball sent in. That was a lovely little ball, came in. And the homework was done on Malin that time, Sean.
Yeah, I think I was giving off. There was nobody marking. There was 3 men converged on him.
Oh, in the meantime, the breaking ball broke, and the goal came from number 17 for Macartan. John McChrystal came in and scored a goal. Really an opportunity out of nowhere.
Yeah, we're sort of praising the Armagh defence and how well they were doing, and I was just about to make the point that if they don't concede a goal here, they're really doing well and really in this game. But a sloppy goal to give away, and they'll be disappointed with that.
Yeah, and it's ironic that after all the hard work and trying to keep maybe too many looking after the same Tommy, it was McChrystal who came in and opportunistically drew on the ball and sent it to the back of the net. That's a nice lead for Macartans now after 23 minutes. A goal and 6 to St Macartans, and a goal and 1 point to St Pat's Armagh.
Yeah, I'd like to keep saying it again, Paddy, because just we were sort of concentrating on the ball being turned over and suddenly it's in the back of the net. But I think that Ronan Bradley had maybe made a push to go out the field once Armagh had turned the ball over, and he was trying to play. That's the joys and the downfalls of the sweeper keeper, I suppose. He was coming out the field to try to get Armagh moving up the pitch, and he was just caught off his line, and it was a good goal from McChrystal then.
Yeah, I think we have to concentrate as well on John McChrystal. It was really well taken because he had a little space, and there was a man on the goal line, and he still was able to convert the opportunity.
Yeah, opportunist. Just I suppose the ball fell on him, and he done really well to draw on it, and sort of a soccer style goal. And from an Armagh point of view, it'll be really disappointing. But for St Macartans, they'll be delighted. They're 5 points up. And they're really the dominant force here tonight. They've got the majority of possession. They're playing really well and breaking forward at pace when they get the chance. So they'll be happy heading into half time now in about 5 minutes that they have this sort of cushion.
Little delay in play there. Referee consulting with his linesman to see was there anything naughty going on.
There was a St Macartans player down injured, Paddy, just on the kick out, but I'm not sure.
He was down, and he is going to look for one of the St Pat's players, and this could be ominous enough. The player was down for a little while, so it's the nature here of what did take place. Was it a little trip or a strike, or is it a black card offence? We don't know. But certainly Armagh want to hold on to all 15 players in the current conditions, and they are going to, because carte bouillie on, and well, we didn't see what happened. It was off the ball, and all reigns, and thankfully both teams continue at 15 men.
It's just always a worry with something like that, Paddy, that you didn't see it, and I'm sure the management the other side didn't see it, and you'd be petrified of maybe going down to the 14 men, but they got off okay this time.
Yeah. The real pressure and press of the Monaghan boys is very impressive at times. It's creating all sorts of consternation in the St Pat's defence. In fact, if anything, St Pat's much more comfortable when they're bringing the ball forward than playing out of their own defence. Yeah,
the Monaghan forward line, you'd have to credit them. They're hunting in packs here, and seeing them chasing down the far sideline there, and they're doing really well. Sometimes forwards get a bad rap for tackling and defending, but certainly the St Macartans boys, you couldn't say that.
No, Horsfield across here. Nugent back across to Muldoon. Bradley now with the ball coming forward. The Mad Boys linking up well, but still a bit of work to be done. Ball's been brought in beautifully there with John Hughes. The shot, and again to the right and wide, and yeah, just I suppose you'd feel that there has to be a bit more work done before the execution of the shot.
Yeah, 4 wides now at the minute for St Pat's Armagh. Paddy, it's just it's not great reading when they're 5 points down. You know, if you take maybe 2 of them, you're well in the game. But John Joe Hughes, to be fair to him, he's a wand of a left foot, so he was just right maybe to have a go there. It was just the execution let him down.
Andrew Stewart across to Tommy Mallon. Mallon loves to run from this position of the field. Ball back across to Max Maguire. Andrew Stewart's moving inside. Maguire was tempted to play him. The ball brought across to Ethan Ballantyne. And he sending the ball in turn back across to Sean O'McElway and playing much deeper now as the game progresses. That was a ball that was certainly intended for Johnny Wright, but it turned out to be wrong.
Just skidded off the surface that time. It was a harsh one for St McCartans with nobody around him. It just bounced off the surface and slid out of play.
The referee is going to give a throw ball here. It's Paul Hendon making way for O'Keefe. And Muldoon jumping into the front. He's a lovely player, great energy. Muldoon, a goal to his name already, and now their Armagh boys come forward. They're looking for a second one. This is exactly how they did it first time round. The ball being brought in this time. It was McElwain right back on his own defence line who was holding the line. O'Keefe with the ball, bounces, turns, and is fouled. Free into St Pat's Armagh. They really will relish the chance to get a point here and get back into the game.
Yeah, really good defending that time from St McCartans. Just sort of scrambled defence to get back really quickly because John Joe Hughes, we had a perfect view of it here, Paddy, was just running into the space that was left in the St McCartan defence. So a little bit disappointed maybe to give away a free and give away a point here, but happy enough that they didn't give away a goal.
No, indeed. That's the story, and we are back to a 4-point game here. And that was McCluskey with the score.
McCluskey, well, that's his first score. Paddy, he's been involved in a lot. He was involved in that last goal chance. He was involved in the actual goal that Armagh got, so he's had a big influence when Armagh have got the ball up that end of the field.
Yeah, Valentine just got a wee knock as he was trying to gain possession of the ball. Duffy to Tommy Mallon just turns inside, runs on for the return. Duffy has got 4 men around him, manages to break the ball across to Tracy. And Tommy, again, there's 4 men there on the prowl. Long high ball. It's an adventurous ball, this one here. Valentine, will he be keeping it in? No, he's not. Just fingertips effort by Valentine, but it was overly ambitious in the first place.
Yeah, a couple of passes just going astray here. Paddy, we had one there now, and we had one the far side too. Maybe just St McCartan's getting a wee bit overconfident. They're I'm not going to say they're comfortable here, but they are the better team. They're 4 points up, and maybe they're just getting a wee bit overconfident with their passes.
Yeah, and Pat's just conceding the foul there. Tommy Mallon's going to come up and take the shot, and we're really into injury time here at the end of the first half, and a point here from St McCartans would be painful from a St Pat's perspective, because it would make that just that edge of 5 points rather than 4 going into half time should they remain at that there. And this is well within Tommy's range. It's an ask even for an inter-county player, but Tommy has that experience minor level. He's looking through his bouncing routine. It's fairly rigorous to say the least. Tommy Mallon, look at that, straight over the bar, didn't even have to think about it.
Gorgeous score from Mallon that time, Paddy, and a much more difficult one than his first effort from a free, but I don't think St McCartan's ever doubted that was going over the bar.
And as predicted, after 31 minutes here at the Athletic Grounds, it's St McCartan's College from Monaghan who have a goal and 7, St Pat's Armagh a goal and 2, and what's Armagh going to be thinking of at half time?
Yeah, their defensive system, I'm sure they're happy enough with it. Take out that goal, which obviously they can't do, but it was a bit of an opportunist or against their own play sort of goal. So that sort of, if that wasn't there, Paddy, we would be singing Armagh's praises probably about their defensive shape. But when they're 5 points down, it's maybe a case of having to come out and play a wee bit more in the second half. And if they're looking to win this game, they're maybe going to have to come out and attack it a wee bit more. They're doing well. We did speak about when they get the ball up the field, the likes of McCluskey, John Joe Hughes, Tiernan McDonald. There is potential in that forward line. So. Maybe a case of St. Pat's coming out a wee bit more and trusting their forwards and trying to get back into this game.
Well, Shinawilla Carja Gale, it's a goal and 7 to Macartan's a goal and 2 to St. Pat's. Don't go too far. We'll be back for the second half here with at the Athletic Grounds in Armagh. Fáilseoir Ration Shaw, Gaji, the Athletic Grounds in Ardwaka, Ach a Will, Colosha Vicarring, Contossi, Cuig, Wincher Contossi, Air, Wincher, Neil Padraig, Ardwaka. Sean, Armagh will have to think of a game plan for the second half.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they're going to, push out a wee bit more, Paddy. Are they maybe going to use the same style and same system that they had from the first half, maybe in the first 10 or 15 minutes here? Just get themselves back into the game, try to keep themselves, maybe keep the score down and then attack it, and maybe a bit of pace off the bench or something. They could have a plan up their sleeve, but it'll be interesting to see what way they approach this second half.
Well, I remember the first team to get their hands on the MacRory Cup, they'll be keen to be able to get their hands on it again, and that's exactly the intention of Boric O'Keefe. O'Keefe sends the ball in. This is exactly what they're looking for. Finds McCluskey. The ball's laid off and the ball's hit. And it goes to the left and wide. It's been a wee bit of the curse of St. Pat's this afternoon. That's the fifth wide.
Yeah, that was a perfect move to get them started. O'Keefe, McCluskey, a couple of their big players get involved, and Nugent just didn't strike the ball well enough on that occasion. But as we said, Paddy, this is scoring goals that St. Pat's are going into in the second half, so they'll hope to improve on that scoring front.
The Macartan boys move the ball with speed up the field, left to right. The ball's broken across here for Ciaran Tracy. Across it comes to Tom Doherty. Doherty holding things up a little bit, sends the ball back across for Maguire. Really, the playmaker all evening has been Max Maguire. McCahey, he took a wee eye into goal and he says, nah, not just in the right place yet. Sean Obeck away to be thinking that's my territory if it's 60 yards out. Mallon creating space, moving forward. 1-2, and away he goes again. He's going to be fouled. And that's exactly what happens. And back the ball comes to him. Tommy Mallon has played so much football all year. Ball broken across. Cairns. Maguire again. Maguire sure-footed as a mountain goat all evening with the ball, carrying it in all the time, but conceding nothing. Egan O'Connor, the full-back, the press a little bit on here now from the Sandboys. Duffy again moving towards the corner, no outlet there. Looks inside, very impressive. He's going to the left boot, takes the shot. Agus Giro Cara Trasdon. Oh, that's a real punisher there from Duffy there coming. A lovely point. And after a wide for St. Pat's, that's a real punishment point there from St. Macartan's boys.
Yeah, what a score that time. And real patient play, super stuff from St. Macartan's. Just keeping the ball and getting it to Shooter, and Duffy had the confidence then to swing that over.
Henry Kelly to Doherty. Sean McAwee, Cairns rather. Ball's going to Mackay. Again looking for the outlet.
It's worth noting, I suppose, this time in the second half, I see Paul Hendren. He has just went straight on to Tommy Mullen, so St. Pat's Armagh have decided to try to tie him down, and that's going to be an interesting matchup in the second half.
Matchup. Tommy's got company is the word here, and meanwhile it's back to normal service. St. Pat's sitting very deep. They can't do this for very long in this half because they're 6 points now behind, and they know that they're going to have to make an impression on the scoreboard fairly early on in the half in order to be able to be competitive at the business end of the game. Macartan's, they really feel they're in control. They're managing the game here, and saying that until his ball breaks down to the most dangerous man on the Armagh team, maybe it's Porrick O'Keefe. O'Keefe looks to the right, left. He's going to try and nail the ball off. The referee give him a little bit of latitude there because he was under pressure. There might have been a step or two. Lovely ball through. This is the chance here. And the Macartan takes a shot. And it goes to the right and wide. And there could even have been a foul involved there.
Yeah, debatable on that one, I suppose, if it was a free or not, Paddy. But the crossfield ball that time from Tiernan McDonald was a joy to watch. Got it across to Sean Kelly, and Kelly just, I suppose the wee tug maybe did put him off a wee bit, and maybe it's just a defender getting in the goal scoring zone. It's sometimes not the best place for a defender to be, but Kelly will be disappointed he didn't at least test the keeper with that one.
But it shows the danger that Kelly and Muldoon and boys like that present if they're given any opportunity at all whatsoever.
Yeah, and that's what Armagh's hoping for. They're playing a defensive style. They want to turn the ball over and break, and you seen as soon as they did turn that ball over, seen Muldoon and McCluskey getting ahead of the ball.
Speaking of opportunity, the ball was McElwain was onto that one there, but it took all the vision of Daniel Cullen to be fly for that one there, because Sean McElwain saw an opportunity coming his way, and this time the free out for Armagh relieves the pressure. The ball being moved forward a little bit. There was a Fuckles at Lewis Mariafo. There was a little word in the ear of referee Paul Falloon, and the ball's broken forward. McCluskey's the target man, but the ball very, very, very well controlled by the Monaghan lads. And it's Mallon now again, playing much deeper in the second half, drawing the ball, drawing men around him much deeper right. The ball comes across here to Ethan Valentine, and in turn then across to Duffy. Scored a lovely point, sends a lovely ball in the mark, being claimed by Doherty, not being given by the referee. He's running into the corner now. Doherty a wee bit disappointed that he didn't get a mark out of that one there. He has a hand up. Tracy's going to go Alan. No, he's not going to leave the ball across to McElwain. McElwain with the left boot coming up anytime soon. Sean McElwain off the Shinka Hawley for hand. Lovely score from Sean McElwain.
Another one just made better probably by the dummy as well, and Caelan Tracy, before he passed it, he made a great dummy as well. So some super skills on show here in McElwain. He's just so dangerous, and you feel like he's going to get a score every time he gets the ball. Well,
it'll be a bit of crack watching the video with a bit of pizza tomorrow, and Macartan's looking at that particular point, because the boys showed off their real skill and composure. Meanwhile, Shada Baka talking Tussie Lesh and kick. August Lesh and Cooley. That was a very, very welcome point there, and I think it came from Nugent.
Ryan Nugent that time, who missed the score just straight at the start of the second half, so a nice one for him just to rectify that mistake. And Armagh need it, Paddy, because you feel that every point McCartans get, they could just run away with this game and start to stretch their lead. So St. Pat's would be delighted to get a score and just to keep in the game.
It's a goal in 9 to a goal in 3. Mark Coonan's kick out's looking for Ethan Valentine, but the ball's broken down. Johnny McCahey and Valentine linking up together there. The ball's crossed this time for Henry Kelly, and he's finding Doherty. Doherty influential in this game here. He is a real valuable link man here. The likes of Duffy's going to have a shot here. Well, his confidence is up, but the ball is dropping into the hands of Ronan Bradley. And at that time, Duffy scored a point early. Thought he could do the same again, maybe a little bit far out. And it's back now. Armagh, all the work to do. You can feel a bit of urgency. That's coming through from management into players and everybody else, that they need to start pressing on here. O'Keefe playing very deep at the moment, and it's McCluskey is the man who's turning. He's really, really great target man up front to have, and the ball in the end, it was a harmless ball from Daniel Cullen. It was again, it signifies maybe the options and the decision making sometimes that is plaguing St. Pat's Armagh, as they feel the pressure now of McCartans on this relentless speed game of bringing the ball from defence into attack at speed. The pressure is on Conal Gallagher there, but again it's switch of wings again coming up here, and more David Duffy coming into this game.
Yeah, he's shown. I think he got the first point of the second half, and he should have had another one there, Duffy. But it's just, I suppose, St. McCartans with Tommy Mann being man-marked, and they've got men stepping up all over the place with Sean McElwain, obviously, and then Duffy as well, adding in the score sheet as well. So they have a lot of fires to put out.
Another very definite fire was Tom Doherty. Tom was bundled over unceremoniously, but legally so. McElwain goes to ground, and McElwain, well, there wasn't much in it.
There wasn't much in it that time, surely, Paddy, but I think Doherty won the free the first time, and the referee turned it away. So there was maybe a slight bit of contact and a slight foul there, so free in. Armagh defending with numbers, Paddy, but they're giving away frees. I think this is maybe going to be the third or fourth free. This is going to actually be the fifth free if he converts it, that St. McCartans have got to put over the bar. So not a good note for St. Pat's.
No, and I suppose, again, speaking of the homework, is the fact that McElwain and Mallon have both been clinical with those frees.
Yeah, they've been spot on in front of the post. I don't think either's missed any so far. So there's two star players, two men with great experience all year with the Monaghan Miners. So giving them a free kick, it just wouldn't be ideal.
We have an Unadate coming onto the field. We'll bring you up to date when we check the numbers there.
Callum Hughes coming in, I think, that time, number 13, Paddy.
Yeah, Callum was due to start.
Callum will be a real good attacking threat. He's a real sharpshooter and played for the Armagh Minors as well this year, Callum Hughes. Seen him a couple of times and real good when he gets on the ball, so they'll be hoping that he can create a bit of magic up in that forward line. And
he's obviously been given instructions to stay up here and not join the other colleagues down below. Macartans won't be complaining at all here about the break and play, even though it's one of their own players that's down there at the moment. And
I think it was Duffy down at that stage, Paddy,
yeah.
But not sure what the issue was. Paul Floon's eager to get talking to somebody anyway.
Paul Falloon has been a very clean game, a very sporting game so far. Just the one yellow card to date.
I think there was actually an incident where whoever went off the field, I think, Paddy, and Callum Hughes is going to get spoken to perhaps wrongly here. I think he went straight into the forward line, but
maybe he's not legally on just yet. Could be another part of it.
Could be a red card here, Paddy. And
he's been Callum Hughes has been advised that he's not been accepted on. And the player who he replaced,
straight red,
gets the straight red card, and that's going to spoil Callum Hughes' evening.
And possibly Armagh's evening too, Paddy. I can't really comment on it at that time, Paddy. I'm not sure what happened, but I did see Duffy going down once the Armagh player left the field. Not even sure who the Armagh player was, but it just makes their uphill battle a much more challenging one.
Yeah, and the challenge, it's going to be added to by Sean McElway. No, it's not. He turns that one to the right and wide. Uncharacteristically so. A goal and 9 to Macartan. A goal and 3 to St. Pat's Armagh, but Macartans now have a man of an advantage here, and they're seeking to press on with that one here. It will suit their style of game that they're playing with the extra player, because it's a very quick passing game. Ethan Valentine crossfield, looking to see who's available to him. Back it comes again, and away we go again. Tom Doherty, full of energy all evening. Really, he's got eyes and ears open all the time to see what's going on. Back to Tracy, and Tracy delivers the ball crossfield. Macartan numerical advantage here. This band of men across the middle of the field. Little hole found there. Valentine links in. The ball broken forward, legally so, and Armagh due to come out with it here. Yes, they are, and the free out is to Armagh. Armagh management are starting to look at the watch and wondering, well, what are we going to do now? Because the pressure is on. And here they come. There has to be a response from St. Pat's at this point in the game. Paul Hendren is out here looking. There's 3 men around. Probably in the case of Nathan Horsfield there, eventually was sort of on the ball his own. Callum Hughes, is that him coming on again now?
I think that's him being introduced again.
Yeah, and somebody else is going to have to make way, obviously, because that's one of the responses from
Ryan Nugent possibly making way here.
Maybe Ryan's going.
He's heading towards the sideline.
Yeah, put a lot into the game, did Ryan?
No, that's John Joe Hughes maybe, I think, that time actually, going off.
So John Joe is gone. Callum Hughes joins the fray, and attack-minded is the only focus now for St. Pat's. O'Keefe, it's a high ball in. Ben running for the chance on here. Perhaps Armagh boys through. Shot a goal. Oh! That was Shinka Hawley. That's exactly what they needed, and that's exactly what they delivered.
What a score. We've talked about McCluskey all night, Paddy, what a target man he is and how much he has set up, but he got in the end of that move, and I think it was actually Hughes played him through, so a nice bit of quick hands again for the goal, and he was a good bit out to McCluskey, but confident enough to drive that to the back of the net.
Well, lads, we pat on the back there to their men, because they started to get the tactics right on. We're back again here. Muldoon, Armagh straight through again. Some boys come out, take the shot, but the ball is going over the bar, and there's nothing in it all of a sudden. Oh, what a turnaround. 2 goals and 4 it is now to Armagh. A goal and 9 to Macartan. There's only 2 points in it. And after a game in which Macartans were so comfortable, one man to advantage, suddenly that response came, and what a response it was.
And two quick fire scores from McCluskey. His tail's up now after that super goal. And I have to say, whoever the defender was, Johnny Wright maybe, stopped him in his tracks that time when he was going through for an odd goal. But done well, showed his versatility and showed his talent, that he scored the goal with the right foot and then swung over there with a point with the left. So super response from Armagh after going a man down, and they're right in this game now.
Well, it's 100 years since these two teams contested the first MacRory Cup game. And both teams exhibiting exactly what is best in the game. St Macartan's got a big foothold in the game. They were clinical with their scoring. Their tactics were really working well. St Pat's certainly the underdog, going a man down, and all of a sudden a burst to life, a goal and a point, and we only have 2 points in it. 2-4 plays a goal and 9, and there'll be a bit of scratching going on, I suppose, at this stage now on the St Macartan's bench to see how to respond best to this real pressure from St Pat's Armagh.
The next score now is just going to be crucial, Paddy. If St Macartan's can get it, it'll settle them a wee bit. If Armagh can get it, then they'll grow confidence and they'll keep pushing on.
The turnover is coming from St Pat's Armagh. True, there's an advantage being played here. The ball comes down, but they're going to go back for the advantage.
Yeah, Nugent, he carried it as far as he could there. Maybe carried it a bit too much. McCluskey was coming off and he could have shipped it to him, but a free kick and possibly a scoring one. McCluskey's maybe going to come out and try this, as we said in the first half about Sean Ode McElwain. It's a big kick, kicking outside the 45 for such young fellas, so it'd be interesting to see if McCluskey's going to have a go with this or not.
Yeah, management just trying to cool lads down. There's a little bit of handbagging going on. Paul Falloon, he has seen it all before. He just waves a couple of waves of the hand, tells the lads your job's done, I look after it from here, and no drama whatsoever.
You see the physio making a signal to the banks there. Ryan Nugent's evening's over. He's requested a substitute.
Yeah, he's struggling badly since he got back up there. He's holding both the back of the handkerchief. I think the ankle might be a bigger part of the problem. So down he goes. We know there's going to be something needed. But Tusky's going to have a go from here. This is kind of almost exactly where Sean O'Maclean hit one from earlier in the first half. The sooner we get back to football, the better. The linesman has spotted something possibly.
Yeah, I would say Nugent's going off here with a red card. Paddy, he's after. I thought it was a headbutt towards one of the St Macartan's players, so he was going off anyway, injured. But his night's going to be ended with a red card, I would imagine, if the linesman seen that.
But surely we couldn't have the spectre of a MacRory Cup match where two players who had left the field with red cards.
That would be an interesting one, Paddy. I don't know.
It would be a statistic for future reference, wouldn't it? Should that? But linesman was drawing the referee's attention.
Yeah, Nugent hasn't left the field yet.
Nugent is still on the field.
And Paul Flynn hasn't made contact with his linesman either, which is interesting. So he might have got away with that one.
I think Falloon must have seen whatever happened.
Yeah, we thought injury, we thought maybe a red card, and after everything, Nugent's still on the field here.
Still on the field, still a wee bit ginger in terms of that left foot, but well, Darren McCluskey, what a difference a point would make here for the home team. McCluskey with a shot. McCluskey, it's tailoring, I think, to the left and wide. That took a little bit of wind out of the sails.
Yeah, and he's the man that wanted on the ball. He's the man in form up on that forward line with a quick fire goal and a point there recently. So just a disappointing miss, but a chance to press this kick out here and try to get the ball back.
So the referee dealing with officials. And the linesman, I think it's for a replacement this time round. I think St Macartan's are seeking to introduce a substitute here.
Yeah, that's Nugent making him. Just not sure the number who come on here this time.
from the home team here. They know their tails are up. They know that they're in the ascendancy, even though they're a man down. But the ball's broken. Tom Doherty gets a hand in where no hand should be. The ball's broken nicely and, well, legally so. Your map boys coming out of the all again there. It was John McChrystal, the goal scorer, who was in under the ball, but St. Pat's, the press is on. They know that there's urgency. They want to make history on the evening that history is made. They want to be in the business end of the MacRory Cup. And Macartan's now holding on with dear life. But they've got the structure, they've got a man up. The shot, it's going to drop on McClurkin's goal, and Clerkin, real composure from the young man. And Clerkin it was who held on. There was players coming at him from all directions, and out he came with the ball. Great to have a goalie again like we had in the first half, who does the business when it's needed.
He done really well, Paddy, and he's really cool. That I'm not sure he knew anything about the way coming into him, but done really well to save that.
And McChrystal's a goalie's game. This time the ball's brought through. It could have been all over. It's not now. It's still open there because the ball was deflected out for a 45 when goal was written all over it.
Great defend. Bradley done really well to get a hand in that time. Bradley, the goalkeeper, and it was cleared off the line. Monaghan had a goal chance, and I'm not sure if it was Hendren or who it was that cleared off the line, but some heroic defend that time that just keeps Armagh in this game.
St. Macartan's, they won their first MacRory Cup in 1930. Pats, of course, won it back in 23. And both would dearly like to add to that roll of honour. MacRory Cup, of course, named after Bishop Joseph MacRory, who was the Bishop of Down and Connor, first patron of the competition. Harmless enough 45. Bradley, good intentions coming out with that ball. Steal there by the Sem when it was badly needed. There's men all over the ball. There's a free out. There's a referee signaled like a touch on the ground or something, but we don't know exactly what happened. Long ball in here now. The turn, the twist, the shot. And as far as Clerkin's concerned, the wide.
Just another wasted opportunity for Armagh. Paddy, such a tight game, only 2 points in it, and that's Armagh's 8th wide, so they'll be disappointed with their wide count. And some of them were difficult shots, but there was a few that they'd have been disappointed with, that, you know, on another night go over the bar and we have a tight game here. But St. Macartan's point of view, they'll be happy enough there, still have their noses ahead.
Yeah, probably decision making, they just maybe with less of those opportunities held on. The height of Ballantyne catching that ball there sends the ball forward, and totally smuggled out there with the ball. Number 18 had just come in onto the Macartan's team, and that was Thomas Mulhall. He was overwhelmed there by the sea of Armagh jerseys. This time it's Sean Kelly across to O'Keefe. Hendren bringing the ball in. Played such an influential role in the game, did Hendren all evening. The ball, well, O'Keefe was hoping for the foul there. Nothing emerged. Still St. Pat's in possession. And the free. This is an important opportunity.
Yeah, and they're looking at a left footer. I'm not sure who would step up. John Joe Hughes would have been their left footed free taker. I see McCluskey heading over towards it. Callum Hughes maybe there as well. Be interesting to see who takes this, Paddy, because a right-footed free taker, this is a very difficult angle for a right footer.
Darren McCluskey is the man who there's nobody else in contention for this one here. He's a right footer, but he's going to the left.
His last score he did kick it with the left, but that was from about the 14-yard line, so it's a much more difficult one.
Well, McCluskey, the American man, is a very well taken shot, but just tips off to the right and wide, and yet another wide for St. Pat's Armagh. In a game so close as this is game critical that they convert their opportunities. Shane Clarkin, our lead man, again coming out here. His team 2 points to the better. Clarkin, lovely cross out. He seeks out Ballantyne again. The ball breaks down. Tommy Mallon. Mallon will be quiet for a little while. Now he's back in the game. Running forward is Tommy Mallon. Meets a sea of jerseys. Carton's boys run into trouble there. And really, the last 10 minutes it's all been about St. Pat's. And pulling the jersey by Tom Doherty.
They've really went for it in this last 10 minutes, Paddy.
Yeah, they'll be very proud of themselves regardless of the score here because of the way they responded here. And the old weakness is back again. Daniel Cullen. That just the entire decision making is the piece that needs to be looked at there.
Yeah, 10 wides, I think maybe 3 shorts as well. Paddy tells its own story at that end of the field, and we've actually been pretty impressed with Armagh when they do get into the forward line, but it's just that decision making, that last effort that has just let them down all evening.
Clarkin. Further Clarkin, he puts his kick-outs on a sixpence all evening.
Yeah, Clarkin, he had a big Ballantyne to aim for a couple of times there, but picked out Sean McElroy in that time, and a brilliant catch too by the corner forward.
Yeah, Samboy's now just trying to get back into control mode. Caelan Tracy coming forward, lays the ball off. Duffy, Mulhall, and back we are with Tracy. Tracy looking what's available to him and wanting to maybe slow things down, retain possession, not give it away, stop the Armagh wave that has been coming for the last 10 minutes. Really, ever since the sending off, it was the spur which reawoken St. Pat's. And Caelan Tracy, this time it is, who's bundled over. Easier said than done when you're trying to bundle the same Caelan over. And Doherty comes out with it this time round, looking, really, really good work. That's exactly what you want your wing forward doing, coming forward, drawing the foul and perhaps creating a scoring opportunity.
Yeah, Doherty, I think he's actually a cross-country runner, so he's well used to at this stage. Still going, plenty of fitness for Doherty, but he showed pace that time too, breaking forward, and just the arm on man, lazy arm in really from Sean Kelly, and there's no doubt about it that was a free kick. Now McElroy, and maybe it was the commentator's curse the last time I spoke about him. He had missed all night and he missed that free, but this is straight in front of the goals.
Well, the last one might have been a luxury. This one's anything but. And this time it goes again to the very same place.
Another wide.
Of course, the Macartans are very much missing Matthew Finn as a serious cruciate injury and will be out for this campaign, and a really big hole in the Macartans team this year.
Yeah, he's another quality player, I think, from that minor team, Monaghan minor team that we keep referencing to, and a really good attacking threat, so he's certainly a big miss.
Caelan Tracy it is. Caelan, a rock in the centre of defence there, time and time again. Ball comes across to Henry Kelly. Henry, hard working. Hall with the shot. It goes well to the left and wide.
Both teams really wasteful in front of goals. Paddy, I don't think St. Macartans have scored maybe in a long time, so they'd have been disappointed with their last couple of efforts, one free and then that last effort, just tailing wide as well. Yeah,
I think St. Macartans will be agreeing with the notion that that this bottom goals is the scoring goals anyway, because they were much more prolific in that end of the field.
Yeah, it's about 20 minutes I have it from the last scored. That beautiful point that Sean McElroy got with a dummy solo. I think that's the last time they actually got on the score sheet. So it's
a long spell here in the game where they just have to weather the pressure. Caelan Tracy again, the man who's bringing the ball forward, who's leading the attack. The ball is a loose ball, very lucky to come to Stewart. Stewart's taking an eye on it, and again Tashi Gull are play. Tashi Gull are for real, and we've another wide in the late minutes of the game.
Well, it's just keeping some pots in this game at the minute, Paddy. St. Macartans, even if they could have got 1 point to put them 3 ahead, it would have meant that St. Pat's would have needed 2 scores to win the game, but the fact that there's only 2 points in it, there's a goal could win this at the other end of the field, and with the likes of McCluskey and Hughes up there, Armagh definitely have the potential to get 3.
Shooter McDonald is making way there as the ball is broken and nicely placed out here for Sean Kelly. Kelly playing deep, he's been both ends of the field throughout this game. Bradley knows that he's needed now, the entire team moving forward. Good work by the boys. That's a long range effort. That's over the bar. What a score!
What a score that time from Park O'Keefe.
Park O'Keefe.
We've been referencing a couple of times just their poor decision making up front, but that time he was spot on. That was a super score from O'Keefe, and it means that Armagh just need 1 more point to steal something from this game.
1 point game. Paul Falloon just looking for a ball. We'd be glad to have at this stage. Now it's Macartan, so we're going to be looking at maybe some of those opportunities wasted, as you mentioned, Sean, because they really need to be able to add to their tally if they're going to win this game, one feels.
Yeah, and it looks like St. Pat's have the ball again. It's been all St. Pat's really for the last 20 minutes.
The first kick out really, it went astray as such, and yeah, St. Pat's, the 14 men are in ascendancy for the last 10 minutes. There's going to be a shot at goal here, and it's high. It's not going to be at goal. There's a hand or two on it. There's a man on the breaking ball. There's a lad down. The free has been given. Oh, what drama here in Armagh, and it's St. Pat's, and who else but Darren McCluskey, who's going to have this opportunity to put the ball over the bar on the evening that history is being made. McCluskey, mission kick, Tamagers coast score. The game is a draw. The rooftops are pounding here at the athletic grounds, and the Armagh crowd are beyond excited.
Yeah, McCluskey's really turned this game nearly by himself in the second half. I think he's got 1-2 in the second half, 1-3 in total, so fair play to him. He's done really well up there in that forward line. But Armagh, they deserve it, Paddy, because they've really come out in the second half, and particularly from the red yard, they've chased this game, they've pushed forward, they've kicked the ball in. Some rash decision making in front of the post has maybe let them down, but they chased this game and they've got the reward.
Yeah, and they certainly have closed down the Monaghan scoring machines, because there's been no response from the Sem boys in a good while now. And one of the things they have been able to do very well is to bring numbers around players. Tommy Mallon was the man they were bringing around that time. Tommy held on till he got the foul. Is there a late chance here for the Cartons? Tommy, well, it's much too far out to be even thinking of anything, so he's going to just knock the ball back to Shane Clerkin. Clerkin is now out at the centre of the field. So all of the resources of McCartan's brought forward to see can they double a point here and win the game. The ball being brought forward to Stewart. Stewart, sometimes he has a go. Will he have a go? Doherty's going to go through with it this time here. Doherty lays the ball off. McChrystal, back it comes to Doherty. Doherty's down. Oh, he has done it again. He really works hard, but he got the foul, and that's a despondent groan I hear from the St. Pat supporters.
Yeah, they'd be really disappointed to give away a free that time, and while McElwain missed the last 2, they were more central, which is maybe he didn't have the angle to swing at his left boot at, and they were further out. But you've no doubt about it that Sean McElwain should point this one here.
2023 was a great year for Sean McElwain. It's getting even better here as he puts McCartan's Cooley-Nawan Comtussi. Cooley-Nawan, a goal and 10, plays 2 goals and 6. There's little time left. It's the Armagh boys now, all of them are outfield, all are on the attack, all the Sam boys are defending, 15 against 14. O'Keefe, if anybody's going to make the difference, O'Keefe, he's going to shoot from here. He is going to shoot, and just it's an errant shot, and the attention he got, but the ball's breaking here for the Armagh men. There's going to be another shot at goal. It goes up, but it's going to come down, and it's going to come down the wrong side of the post as far as the Armagh boys are concerned, and just to the right and wide. you felt if anyone was going to do it, it was going to be O'Keefe on that occasion.
Yeah, he was squaring that up from a long way out, Paddy. But it was a good distance out too, and I know he did land one from long range earlier on in the evening. But to strike from that far out a second time was always going to be difficult for him.
Well, we were praising Shane Clerkin's kickouts. This is about as important as you get. And his counterpart Bradley is out to foil any strategy from the Sam boys there, but the ball's broken down in Lerner Parker.
What a brilliant take in the middle field.
Lovely mark there. Oh, there was almost a mark at the other end there. There's cleared down. There's calls for a free. It's not going to be given. There's a left-footed kick. And again, it's gone up, and it's gone to the left and wide. Akarja, Shinawil, Akarja Gale and Shaw. Oh, the athletic grounds in Armagh, on the night that history has been made, it's St. Macartan's by the narrowest of margins, eking out a win. But they took all the effort and the work in the end of Sean O'Michael Wayne to put the ball over the bar, leaves them 1 point ahead, a goal in 10 to St. Macartan's, 2 goals and 6 to St. Pat's. Both teams did great credit to the history of the MacRory Cup.
Yeah, great credit to both teams. They put in a sterling effort there the night. St. Macartan's definitely the better team in the first half and deserved their half-time lead of 5 points, but St. Pat's Armagh drove into it in the second half, really went at it, particularly Darren McCluskey, finished with 1-3, and what a performance he put in himself. And it would have been fitting if he could have got an equalising score there, but it just wasn't to be. But super to be here, Paddy, and really enjoyed a brilliant competitive game.
And a big thank you to Kieran McMullen on camera here and all of the assistants and people who have made such a professional game possible, and the whole organisation of things. The visit of Uachtaráin, Larry McCarthy, and ultimately the songs will be sung on the bus across the border in Middletown, because it's the Sem boys who are bringing the bragging rights back to Monaghan. So from myself and from Sean Casey, the South Sheet and Gibbert doing, it's getting dark and it's time for home, and it's the Sem boys again who are going to go home the happier team. Ihawa agus Cully Solve.